Hi guys, Scott here from TEPIS Paranormal and welcome back to another video. So, recently in a video you'll have seen that I tried tea leaf reading, a form of divination that can predict the future. Today I'm going to try a different form of divination, specifically Oomancy. This is also known as an egg cleanse and is popular in Scottish and Greek mythos, as well as a few other mythologies from around the world. It's said that via this method you can use an egg to remove negative energies or to remove spiritual energies that are attached to your body and to interpret them and to see what's causing them and generally to take them away from you. This is apparently also good for detecting dark spiritual attachment and general spiritual attachment. So I thought, given the recent visits to 30 East Drive and the Ancient Ram Inn that I did along with Duty Rhino and Co, that this would be a good idea to generally see if any dark entities had potentially attached themselves to me. I don't know much about egg cleansing, but I have got I've read a few how-to guides and I've got one on the screen here that I'm going to follow. We've got two methods here. We've got a glass of water that the egg needs to be cracked into and then left, at which point it will settle in a certain way that it can be read. We also have a bowl of cleansing water here. This is water that contains some salt and some lemon juice. This is apparently used to cleanse the egg initially from any previous energies that may be attached to it, so I'll have essentially a fresh egg to cleanse myself with. So I guess we'll start off by cleansing the egg in the salt and lemon solution. I just need to essentially wash the egg in this and just wash away any former attachments, so let's do that. This is of course a chicken egg, which, yeah, is cool. Let's dry the egg off as suggested. Okay, the egg is now dry. Next up, I have a glass of room temperature water. Just move this bowl out of the way. I don't know if it's in the way of the camera or not. So I have a glass of room temperature water ready to go. So now I must set an intention for my egg cleanse. Now my intention is to find any spiritual attachment that may be attached to me. The next step of the egg cleanse is to pass my energy into the cleanse. So with this cleanse, I will determine and detect any bad energies, any energies, any entities that are around me, any spirits, and hopefully I can interpret them and see what they are and who they are, why they're here, that sort of thing. So now I have to pass my energies into the egg. To do this, I have to run the egg over my face, ears, head, as well as my upper torso and legs. So let's start with that. I'm going to pass the egg over my forehead, cheeks, and around my nose and mouth. Passing it over the eyes, moving on to the ears. Moving around to the back side of my head just to ensure that there's sufficient energy being transferred. Then I'm going to move on to my body, so I'm going to just move the egg down my torso here. Across my torso, across my chest, around my arms, through my hands, and then down to my legs, where I'm going to roll my trousers up slightly and just run it across my legs. Okay, so now the egg should have my energies passed into it. So the next step of the egg cleanse is to break the egg into the glass. So I'm going to do that, crack it, and just leave the egg floating within. I'm not much of a chef, so my egg cracking skills aren't great, but hopefully this will work. Okay. The eggy solution. The egg is in the glass. So I'm going to put the shell in there because I don't know what else to do with it. And so now I have to leave the egg for approximately 5 minutes. Okay, so I've left the egg for approximately 5 or 6 minutes now. And I think it's time to take a look at the results and see what we think. let's start by looking into the egg. You should hopefully have a nice side view here so you can see the egg as well. It looks like there's a sort of web or a netting emanating from the egg, obviously up to the surface of the water. The egg itself is there. The water's relatively clear, other than, as I say, that sort of misty, web-like egg substance. So yeah, let's take a look at some of the meanings and we'll see which one mine resembles most and what that means for me. So first up we have, if there's smelly water or blood within the egg solution, it means that there may be an evil spirit around me. Now, quite thankfully here, there's no smell, there's no horrible odour, there's no scent, and there's no blood in the water. So that's positive in my mind. That means that I'm safe from the evil spirits. There's no evil spiritual attachment to me, which is positive. If there are bubbles in the water, it's associated to a negative energy that was absorbed into the egg. So within the water there are a few bubbles. Let's see if you can see them on the camera angle. Yeah, so there's a few bubbles that you can see. So that means that potentially some negative energy was absorbed into the egg, which is good. I'm glad it's no longer in me. Yay. So bubbles within the egg means that your cleansing ritual was a success. And it could also mean that you've been experiencing gas or indigestion, which I have not recently, so that's a positive. If you're seeing large bubbles or balloons in the water, there would be a lot of negative energy. I'm not seeing a lot of that, which is positive. There's only a few small bubbles in there, so we'll move on to the next one. If you see cobwebs within the egg whites, you may have had an evil eye placed upon you. Now to me, I would say that resembles cobwebs within there, so that's potentially not good. My understanding of an evil eye isn't great. I don't really understand what it is, so I'll look into it a bit after this, which you should see in a second, because I'll do a bit of research, and I'll tell you all about the evil eye.
So, what is the evil eye? I've done a bit of research, and I'm going to talk you through it now. Dating back over 5,000 years, the evil eye is a curse that is in a number of different cultures and religions. This curse is said to inflict varying degrees of harm to those that are exposed to it. The evil eye curse originates from jealousy or malice, and is inflicted upon others with a look of pure evil. The superstition behind this curse is that the evil-eyed gaze can inflict harm or bad luck and misfortune upon the victim. This curse seems very old and seems to date back to the ancient Greek and Roman times. It's also said that this curse moved very quickly into Turkish culture. It's said that the curse can cause both physical and mental illness and misfortune. And there are a number of different methods to ward off this curse, including pendants and amulets, as well as the eye symbol that's very popular around the world. It's actually said that around 40% of the world believe in some form of the evil eye, and this is why the evil eye talisman and the evil eye protection charms are some of the most popular pieces of jewellery that can be bought. So anyway, it sounds like the evil eye is a relatively negative curse that could be placed upon me according to my egg cleanse. So we'll go back to the rest of the video and let me know what you think of the evil eye in the comments down below.
So it indicates here that I should potentially do another egg cleansing session to relieve myself of the evil eye. However, unfortunately, I don't actually have any eggs left. This was my last one. So I'm not going to be able to do that. So instead, I'm just going to have to deal with it for now. If I see needles or spikes within the eggs, which I do not, that's more of a web than spike, although there are some small spikes at the bottom, but I think that's part of the larger web. But if there were needles or spikes within, then there are people around me with bad intentions, such as energy vampires, those that drain energy and feed on positive energy. Finally, if you see a face within the egg, you have an enemy, and if you see nothing within the egg, then you're safe. I don't see a face within there, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's been my egg cleansing. Let me know what you see within the egg. Again, if you want to try it yourself, I think I went through the process at the beginning, but I'll put the link in the description down below. This is my egg. I hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I don't have an evil eye placed on me. I don't even know what that means, but I should have gone over it by now, so you will know what that means more than me. If it's a bad thing, oh no. If it's a good thing, cool. And with that, I've been Scott from TEPIS Paranormal, and I'll see you in the next video.